When that
Yay, you're back. We missed you last week.
Three of you were gone last week.
Our cheering section and choir wasn't here.
welcome back.
We're live.
Aloha.
Aloha, everyone. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. Welcome to everyone online. I'm Rev Rita. This is Rev Patrick. And we are just so grateful that you are here today, everyone. Yes.
And it is nice to see your wonderful faces this month. Our theme is celebrate, celebrate. And I'm celebrating that our beautiful family's back and with shells. I mean, who knew? Who knew? It is so wonderful to be here today. And this month, as I was saying, is all about celebrating. We have a lot to celebrate as we're getting ready to move on up. But we also have a mantra that we say together, and it is, I celebrate my divinity. You want to say that with me? I celebrate my divinity. One more time. I celebrate my divinity.
And so it is.
Oh, and so it is.
All right.
If you're wondering where everyone is, they're usually just about the time that I sit down, we go close our eyes for this time of centering. You'll turn around and the boat will be filled.
Well, sometimes.
But in the meantime,
we're here.
and I think it would be a good idea for us just to settle in and take that great energy. Don't lose any of that energy. Just take it in and just let it be right at the very center of our heart or wherever that feels good to you. As I light this candle for peace, and I would imagine we would all agree with one another that we can always use peace and peace of mind. Namaste.
Peace is right where we are. So take another deep breath and settle into your chairs and know you are supported by an infinite universe of good.
Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world. Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world. Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world.
Breathing in, cherish yourself.
Breathing out, cherish the world.
Right here and right now. We live and move and have our very being as a divine expression of the one life. We are centered in it. It is moving in and through everything, seen and unseen. In the waves, in the wind, in the rain. And in the very beating of our hearts is the divine energy of spirit moving in and through all of life as peace, as love, as joy, as well-being and abundance, as wisdom and clarity. And so in this moment, I center myself knowing that right where I am, this presence is, moving in and through me in a way that is indeed magnificent. And it speaks this word through me as peace of mind, knowing that the peace of God is moving in and through all things everywhere present. It is right where I am, right where we are. I know that this divine spirit of God is moving in and through all things as the very energy of life. And so it is moving in and through every muscle, tissue, and fiber of the body temple, releasing anything unlike that divine perfection right here and right now. And in this moment, I know that it is wisdom and clarity and focus on who we truly are. And so each one of us here on divine purpose is bringing our gifts to the world in the way that only we can. I speak this word of blessing for the flow of abundance that moves in and through everything. As we give, we receive, and as we receive, we give in that beautiful circle of abundant life. And so in this moment, with great thanksgiving in my heart, I release my word to the law of mind and spirit and allow God to do what God does best, and that's move through us as magnificent, beautiful creatures here on purpose to do the love, the service, the peace, the joy, the wise decisions, the creative self-expression. All of that happens right here as spirit through us. And so I give thanks for it already being known and done in the mind of God, and allow it to come forth in its own right and perfect way through each one of us. And so it is.
So it is.
Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world. Let's sing. Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world. Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world. Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world. Breathing in, cherish yourself. Breathing out, cherish the world.
Breathing out, cherish the world.
Oh, so beautiful. Did you write that? No?
It's in, I have a book of, a collection called Mother Songs, so
That's
I do
so
circle
beautiful.
songs with babies, and that's
Beautiful.
yeah.
Well,
The
I'm around
perfect
to
group.
share
The
that with
perfect
me.
group.
Right?
Our inner children are out.
Yeah.
Yes,
So thank you
thank
to
you.
Jeremy. Thank you to Jeremy and Amy Brown
Let's
for their
pray.
beautiful music, and thank you to Reverend Diane for her beautiful opening treatment.
Yes.
And so welcome again, everyone. So here we are at Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, and our mission, our vision is to awaken humanity to its magnificence by walking the bridge from duality to unity. And I love that, and I feel that we're all on different places on that bridge, and we go back and forth sometimes, but in reality, we're already at unity. We can't help ourselves because that's who we are. And so it's just a matter of letting it be recognized. And that's what we do here. We recognize our magnificence and recognize and strive to bring that into our lives in the most powerful way that we can, no matter what's going on in our lives. Whether we're celebrating or mourning or whatever we're doing, we're bringing that magnificence to it. And it carries us through everything that I know. So thank you for being here. I'm so subdued because of that song. I feel like my Aunt Patrick will pick me up right now.
I'm subdued as well.
I feel real calm.
Why is everyone laughing at that? Why is it, what's the problem with that? So welcome, welcome, welcome. One thing that just popped up for me is how grateful I am to have this live streamed Sunday. We were talking about that thing that happened a couple years ago, or that thing that shut down things. And but I just thought to myself how blessed we were to have this incredible live stream in order to still get out into the world. And I'm so grateful for that, and grateful for everyone stepping up back there and making sure that people get to see that. So speaking of magnificence, there are some people that are online that have never tuned in before. What do you think? No. And there's also some people, email. But also there's some people here in the room that have, well, they're brand new. Every moment's a brand new moment, but we also have some wonderful people from Washington. Is there anyone else here for the very first time? Yeah, it's okay. Nothing's going to happen to you. Just a dance routine that we've put together. But we just want to say that we do celebrate our magnificence every Sunday. And what's great about that is that you sitting there in front of us, you have a choice to where you go. We don't pick you up in buses and bring you here. That means that you got up today and made a choice to be with us, and that is just warms my heart. But we know something about you, especially, the Washington beautiful people. We know something about you, and we're going to share that with you. You ready? Don't be scared.
You
are magnificent. Woo! And I saw you singing that song, so I know you knew that song, didn't you? Yeah, that's good. So we know that about you because we have been saying this for how many years now? 10. Can you believe 10 years? 10 years we have been here, and we've been every week affirming that we are magnificent, that you are magnificent. And that will never, ever, ever change. Even on our 50th anniversary, we will still be saying, well, on our 15th and 20th anniversary. So what we want to do is we just want to say that with ourselves, and just starts always with ourselves, peace or our magnificence. So if you would join me and put your hand on your heart, if it feels good, if it doesn't, don't worry about it. And let's just say it together. I am magnificent. And we're all in this together. We all have each other's backs. We are magnificent. Oh, and let's look up at that beautiful, beautiful live streaming and let those people know. Don't be scared. I know whatever you're doing there, I know you're there, so let's let them know. You are magnificent. Woo! Let's bring that energy into the room. Look to your left, to your right. I don't care where you look at this point. Just let them know. You are magnificent. You
are magnificent.
You too. You are beyond magnificent today.
You are magnificent. You are magnificent. All right, Jeremy and Amy, take it away.
1, 2, 3.
O oe ho'okahi, ku'ula hulali, ku'uho'ohau'oli, ke kalineo, mai hele aku e noho mai e aloha no wau ia oe.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Ho'o malama lama, he oli no li no no. Ho'o malama lama, he oli no li no no. Ho'o malama lama, he oli no li no no. Li no aku, li no mai, li no no. This bright light of mine, come on. I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, oi, ho,
Kahi
kula hulali, kuhoho'oli, ke kalineau. Mai hele aku e noho mai, e aloha no wau ia oe. Lino aku, lino mai, lino no. Let it shine, let it shine. Lino mai. We're gonna shine, shine, shine. You ready? Shine, shine, shine. Hey.
That was great. I love it. It's great. Thank you for all the music you bring here. I said that last week, and I mean it again and again. Thank you. So welcome again, everyone. I love our topic, no ifs, ands, or buts. No buts, no ifs, no ands. Okay, so this came to us from a TV show, if you can believe that. So there was and getting her to say no ifs, ands, or buts about her healing. And so she was saying it, of course, as she couldn't speak very well, but she ended up healing because no ifs, ands, or buts. So that is an interesting concept, right? That there are no ifs, ands, or buts in this philosophy. It is a philosophy of certainty. And what does that look like to each and every one of us? That's my question. This week, I always have to come back to myself because there's this quote that I read by Ernest Holmes. If you don't know who Ernest Holmes was, he is the founder of this teaching and wrote the book, The Science of Mind, which is in our bookstore, among other 27 books that he wrote, and lived during the 1920s up to 1960 when he passed away. He was born in the 1800s, actually. But anyway, he wrote this. This philosophy is like based in basically spiritual logic. I like to call it spiritual logic because that's why I like it so much, is because it's logical. It's not like voodoo, it's not that either, but it's not woo-woo. It's like basically this is the way it is, all right? And so he's talking about demonstrating, and we all want to demonstrate in our lives, and he says, we mean by demonstration, bringing into our experience something which we had not experienced before, bringing it in as the result of conscious thought. And it's a mistake and a delusion. And then he says, unless there is a divine principle, a universal soul or subjectivity, which is another name for our subconscious, which of itself, without any help or assistance, can produce things and will, then there is nothing in this teaching. Wow. So how many of us would agree or disagree with that, as far as we don't always get what we want, right? We don't always get what we think something should outpicture as. We don't. and we like label things good and bad and all of that. But he goes on to say that what the divine principle can do, it does through us. And that's the whole thing that has to be remembered, that everything's happening through us. And I believe that there's no bad or good, that there just is what is, and it's moving through us. So our collective consciousness is what's creating what is happening in the world right now. And the more we think about it in a negative sense, the more it's going to create more negativity. So what I realized when I was meditating on the path today and this week was how much time I can get sucked into negative consciousness, like what's happening in the world. And I think I'm not doing it, but it's tricky, because all of a sudden you're having a conversation with someone, or something's not going good in your life or whatever, and you start to like think along in those patterns, and then it shows up. It's just like, it's so scientific. It just shows up. This is a scientific thing. It shows up. And the more you think, what I realized was I was thinking so much, like in essence to the new center that we're building at the Hungwanji mission, I was even doing it there. Like I was thinking like, oh, how's this going to happen? Or how's that? How are the lights going to get up? I was having all these conversations with myself, and I realized that I was living in the ifs, ands, or buts, like not no ifs, ands, or buts. I was living in the ifs. Well, what if this doesn't happen? Or what if that doesn't show up? And I had to go like back. This is what I do. Like it's just my natural beingness is that I want to live this science fully. I want to live it fully. I want to manifest the things that I desire in my life. I want to be able to get through whatever it is because I have that power behind it. So if I'm going in through a difficulty, I can stand firm, and I can stand in love, and I can stand in peace of mind. I want that because I think that's what we're meant to what we're meant to be. We're meant to be at peace. We're meant to be abundant. We're meant to be healthy. We're meant to be all these things, and yet we're living life. And life, we bump up against things. But what are we doing when we're bumping up against things? Are we falling into the negative patterns, or are we realizing that within ourselves there's something carrying us through here, and if we can just say, no ifs, ands, or buts, I'm walking through this, it's beautiful, it's perfect. Is that denial? I don't think it is. They have a thing called spiritual bypassing. Yeah, spiritual bypassing. It means that like something's happening in your life and you're going, no, it's all good, I'm not gonna look at that, it's all good. No, I say look at it and look through it. Look through it and see what's on the other side, because there's something bigger than whatever it is that's moving through us. And we are living in this human experience of being on earth, but we're spiritual beings, and we have every capability within us to walk through whatever we need to walk through. And I really think that the only reason we're here is to have joy, to walk through these experiences, and to find the good in whatever is there for us, and to keep seeing the highest and best, because the more we can see the highest and best in it all, the more it's going to manifest for us in this life. But if we keep falling back, and there's a quote that he says, if we allow the world's opinion to control our thinking, then that will be our demonstration. If, on the other hand, we rise superior to the world, we shall create a new pattern. And I feel like that's what we're doing. Yeah, right? I am going to read it again. If we allow the world's opinion to control our thinking, then that will be our demonstration. It gives me goosebumps. If, on the other hand, we rise superior to the world, we shall create a new pattern. And I really believe that's what we're doing now. We're creating a new pattern. If we don't allow that first thing, if we don't, right? Well, he's saying, if we allow the world's opinion to control our thinking, how many times do we do that, right? We see all these things, and I read a quote in the Gospel of St. Thomas. It said, like, look at what's in front of you, and you'll see what's not there. In other words, what you can't see. We're saying the same thing. Look at what's in front of you, and you'll see what's not there, which is your subconscious, which is creating whatever it is. So the subconscious of this planet is creating all this stuff, and if we buy into it, we have to create a new pattern. And I think that's what I know CSL Kauai is doing. That's why we celebrate our magnificence every week. And I love that song that you sang in the meditation, you know, that I love myself. I don't remember what the words were. What were they? Cherish yourself. Yeah, cherish yourself. If we can't cherish ourselves, how are we going to cherish other people, right? So I'm just, this week, the other thing is that what I realized, and I was talking to Patrick about this, because we're always like looking like, oh, what's going to be next, and what do we want next, and we're not there yet, and, you know, I'm not a best-selling author, and yet, and blah, 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 you're not this yet, not that. I stopped, and I went, why don't we just say how incredible it is who we are now and what we've created so far? Like, it's like, think about your life. Like, think of all the things that you've, like, done, and all the things you walked through, and all the magnificence. I go, wow, if we did that, like, you know, if we just said, wow, I wrote a book, I published it, that was like really awesome. Whatever happens after that, that's awesome too. But yeah, so I got that idea that I should just celebrate right where I am, right here and right now, and stop going, ugh, that's a horrible, torturous thing to do to ourselves, where we're constantly grabbing for the brass ring, or however that goes, you know, thinking our life could be better if we do that, and then pretty soon our life is over. And we realize, wow, we had it all the time. So really appreciate yourself, cherish yourself. I love that. And for all that you've already like been through and accomplished, and how you sit and how you love and how you get pissed off sometimes, that's okay too. Like, it just, we're having all these experiences, and it's just like, this life is like really incredible. Don't you think, Gabriella? I know, yes. She knows, she does. I know, if we could just, like, this month has been about celebration. If we can just celebrate all of it, celebrate all of it, celebrate all of it. And I said, it's no ifs, ands, or buts. Ernest Holmes says we should approach the law of our being, that's that energy that creates through us, as us. We should approach it normally and naturally with a sense of ease. There's nothing peculiar or weird about it, he says. That's interesting. It's a natural law working in a normal way, and that must be thought of in this light. We should come to consider the law and the spirit as friends and think of them as such. They're friends. Within us is spirit and law, and they're friends. They're always working together. They're not working against each other. So if we just got that concept that they're friends and they're working through us, as us, and there's nothing, there should be no, like, what's the word, angst. It should be, if we really realized that, we'd be more easeful and graceful in our experiences, no matter what they were. If we realize there's a law working and a spirit within us that's working as friends, not against us. The universe is for us, always for us, never against us, always for us. So take a deep breath and just say, I cherish myself. The universe backs me completely and is for me. Spirit loves through me and as me, always. Loves through me and as me, always. My spirit and the law are friends. Friends, and so it is. Thank you. No ifs, ands, or buts.
This song is definitely has some questions in it and relates to the topic today. And our internal subconscious systems can be questioned and brought to light and looked at carefully. So I hope you enjoy the song written by Rising Appalachia called Resilient.
I am resilient.
I trust the movement. I negate the chaos, uplift the negative. I'll show up at the table again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn to listen. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. 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 These times are poignant. The winds have shifted. It's all we can do to stay uplifted. Pipelines through backyards, wolves howling out front. Yeah, I've got my crew, but truth is what I want. Realigned and on point, power to the peaceful, prayers to the waters, women at the center, all vessels open to give and receive. Let's see the system brought down to its knees. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh. 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 I'm made of thunder. I'm made of lightning. I'm made of dirt, yeah. Made of the fine things. My father taught me that I'm a speck of dust, and this world was made for me. So let's go and try our luck. I've got my roots down, 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 deep. I've got my roots down, 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 down deep. So what are we doing here? What has been done? What are you gonna do about it when the world comes undone? My voice feels tiny, I'm sure so does yours. But put us all together, make a mighty roar. I am resilient, I trust the movement. I negate the chaos, uplift the negative. I'll show up at the table again and again and again. I'll close my mouth and learn to listen.
Beautiful. I'm going to put the water here ahead of time video. I'm on top of things today, I tell you. Wow. There's some interesting, wonderful energy in this room. I can feel it. Taking time with it. I love that. I felt like we should be on the porch and just kind of fiddling away, you know? And yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing here? That's what they were asking. What are we doing here? Boy, has that been a question we've been asking for a long time, still trying to figure it out. This was a week of absolute questioning for me. I love that. When I was in school, I got in a lot of trouble because I was like the why kid. And if you've ever been to Catholic school, you know that can be trouble. There's three persons in one God. Why? Why? You ask so many questions. Why do you ask so many questions? No ifs, ands, or buts, young man. That's how we all take that in differently, right? It's always like when you're asking, no ifs, ands, or buts. And no, you're not going out. You're not going out. That's what you think. So when I hear no ifs, ands, or buts, I think of certainty, clarity, and confidence. What I know about confidence is, if you ever wondered what I treat for Patrick, is that confidence. And that's the confidence to be strong enough, no matter what I feel or whatever I believe, to be able to live from that. And that takes work. That takes lots of it. Neville Goddard, does anybody know that young man who's not young anymore? Neville Goddard, yes. There's one guy in the house today, and he knows Neville Goddard. But that doesn't matter, because Neville says, man's chief delusion, we got some delusion going on today. Man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. Yeah. Ow! Neville. It's easy for him to say. But it's the truth. I like that. I've always loved it. I actually get it from Proctor, but he got it from him. And it says, man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. And I think we defend, a lot of times, I defend this idea that it's not me all the time. There's an exception to the rule. I was on top of taking full responsibility for my life, except for that, because if they hadn't done that, then I would have been okay. And, you know, we all have been there once or twice. Nobody in this particular room. But I do know that there is that idea that, what if, I told Rita yesterday was a very interesting Saturday. It was a prep, and I did something early, so we had all this extra time to really dive into some stuff. And I got so excited about the possibilities of full responsibility for myself that I burnt myself out. And she goes, I came down and go, Rita, brrr. And she's like, uh-huh. Then if you do that, and then here, read this quote. Then I had a session. Read this. And I was so excited. But then later on in the day, when I met up with her later, I was just like, she goes, what's wrong? I go, I don't know. I think I'm motivationally burnt out right now. I was looking too positively on everything, and now I'm exhausted. No, I'm kidding. Oh, Gabriella, you're so literal. I have to watch her like a hawk. So my question for all of us is, what are you certain, clear, and confident about in your life? And I'll tell you what I'm confident about, and that is I am certain about one thing. And that is, I wrote it down, didn't want to forget it. If you were certain, you probably wouldn't forget it. But just in case, I am certain of one thing. What I focus on, talk about, think about, imagine, vision, and act from is what I will experience. That I am absolutely clear. Whatever it is that I allow myself to live from is the world I'll see. And that's sometimes a tough one to chew. But aren't you getting tired of saying that's a tough one to chew? We're always getting into this thing like, it's like we want to defend the conditions so much that we forget that we have the power that we have. And they say, well, what about this and what about that? But. We got some buts going on. And I'm going to tell you something. It's interesting. I am tired of defending limitation. I am tired of it because then I'm focused on it. And then we're sitting there, and I agree with you. Start right where you are. We should be very grateful. I'll tell you where I'm at. I'm very grateful for where I am and everything that I have accomplished up until now. But I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied. And the creative process, the creative flow is never satisfied. Because all it does is say, what can I create next? What can I create next? Not what don't I have and I have to get this in order to be that, or what Rita was talking about, but what can I create next? If I was so busy with what I'm going to create next, I wouldn't have any time for thinking about what's not working. One of the greatest tools, everyone says, I need a tool, Patrick. Tools. Give me tools. Inner child work. I want tools. I want to put in my toolbox. But then you got to open your toolbox. You got to actually use the tools. And one of the tools that I think is the most incredible tool that will never ever, that supersedes everything else is imagination. Everything is imagination. We are here because of imagination. Can you imagine what we did to get here? I'm not going to go into a sex ed thing, but can you imagine? She goes, thank God. But let me tell you, but that's the truth. After getting here, all the obstacles that we went through, what could you possibly bring to the table that would be more difficult than that? The chances are very slim. We had a lot of competition, and we did it. We said, yeah, watch what I do. Ta-da. And that's what I'm thinking, imagination. I like Proctor says, I can use my imagination to project myself into the future. But we don't want to live there, because then you'll be living about what you don't have, right? But Proctor's he's not silly. He goes on. I can use my imagination to project myself into the future and bring the future into my present and start to live here. That's the key. You have an idea. And you go, wow, wouldn't that look good? And you start getting excited about it. But you don't stay out there, because if you stay out there, what's going to happen? Absolutely nothing. You got to bring that back in and then live as though it were true. That's a difficult one sometimes. Sometimes it is. I know for me, that was what happened yesterday. I was like just exploding with the infinite possibilities and how much I have forgotten who I am fully. And then I got myself what? Tired. He says, you work from imagination, not to it. You don't work, you work from imagination. Oh. Do you remember when we were kids and they said a lot of things. You put your hand on the stove, right? And it burnt you. And then you got the little bubble thing. Mine was more from ironing, but that's a whole nother story. My father was a military man, and he was the only one that could really iron. And I ironed, and he taught me how to iron so that the creases were like, you could cut your finger on them. That's how, shh. But then I would burn myself for something, and I said to Rita yesterday, can you imagine being in our household? It's like I go, Rita, can we talk about something besides spiritual growth? No. So my question was, you put your hand on the stove, and then you burn yourself, and then you know not to do that again, right? So my question came, once I know it, and I know what I just told you, that I'm certain of one thing, what I focus on, talk about, think about, imagine, vision, and act from is what I will experience. The question would be, why would I talk about anything else? That one, I have to tell you, kicked my spiritual butt, because I'm sitting there going, okay, so there's one thing about I had no idea, right? I was behaving this way. I had no idea why I was. But then you go, I got my triggers down. I know why I'm acting like that. And then I put my hand on the fire again. So I was like, I went to my favorite guru, Reverend Rita, to ask her what she thought. So my question was, if I know this is the truth for me, then why would I continue to focus on something, anything that I don't want to experience? I want to pause here, not for a pause of shame or why do I do that? Bad person? No. To sit there and go, really ask it. Really ask it. Bob Proctor asked, he said, I spent my whole life, I don't go to the movies a lot. I spent my whole life studying me. I went, studying me. And I thought, well, isn't that what we're always doing? No. I don't sit and figure out what really makes Patrick tick. What identity am I giving out that may not even be my identity? It's just one that maybe is expected from me. And you're like, ooh, see what I mean? Makes you tired, doesn't it? Go all deep down in there. And I'm telling you, and I said, so why would I do it again? Now, Guru Rita said, well, maybe we do that because it's painful and we don't do it again. But maybe it's not painful enough. Maybe not truly living up from where we are with this pure joy. Maybe there's something more we have to learn from it. But my goal is, before I leave this plane of existence, I've got to know what it's like to live fully without pain and sorrow and dis-ease and all of the things that we're required. I want to know what that feels like. And it doesn't have to be forever, but I want to know as I transcend, and you'll all be there, I'll allow that transcension. I say, I understand. I do. And then they go, there he goes. There he goes. I transcend. And that's all we're doing. We're transcending who we are. Michael Beckwith said this morning in his thing, he said, we're addicted to drama. And I said, how dare him? Speak for yourself, Michael. I'm not addicted to drama. I went to a party the other night, something fun, and I won Best Drama Queen. It was a murder mystery. Murder mystery. Who knew that I had that much drama in me? But that our truth is, I have drama. But he wasn't talking about you, Gabriella. He was talking about other people in his place. But I get that. I get that because what are we talking about here? Identity. Simple as that. If we ask ourselves a question, what's my identity? Well, it's many things, is it not? I'm sure you would have many things to say about what you think my identity is. You've known me long enough. There's sounds. There's sounds. But I just want to, you know what? We would have gotten along so well, even though, you're younger than me. But we would have gotten along just perfect. Are you feeling what I'm feeling?
Like a Johnny Carson, Ed McMahon kind of thing?
Except I would bring you to the forefront a little bit more than Johnny did. Johnny was afraid of Ed,
Yes.
So where was I? It's about studying me. So that's where I'm at in my life. I want to get to know me again. We talked the other day about identity, about you do something for a long period of time. You take care. How about caretakers? Anybody ever been a caretaker? We're all constantly caretaking. Caretaking. That can become our identity. And then you don't know anything besides that, so we kind of own that. And then if that's taken away from us, right? It's taken away from us, we go, who am I? We've all experienced it. Who am I if I'm not that? Who am I if I'm not taking care of you? Who am I if I'm not a minister? Who am I if I'm not an author? Who am I if I'm not well? Who am I if I don't get straight A's? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Well, I'll tell you who you are. You better put a little bit more in the collection box today because I'm going to give you something that is worth so much money. I'll tell you who you are. You're the highest form of God itself, the highest form of love. And deep down, right where you are, there is a power that we talk about so much, but we are love. If we never did another thing in our life, we're enough. We're enough. Today, I am enough. I am not. I have caretaken. I understand what that's like. And then I didn't know who I was afterwards. I was a good boy for a lot of years until I wasn't. But then that's a whole nother, talk. And I'm sorry, that was a flashback. But that's just when you have that. But all kidding aside, it is time to stop defending and trying to justify something other than how spectacular we are, how powerful we are, how loving. I don't care what you have done in your life. There couldn't be one thing that you have done that would stop the love from creating through you. And all you have to do is forgive yourself and move forward with it. That's not bypassing, that's going right through it. Oh, Rita took my other quote, but it doesn't matter. You guys, do you ever feel like, now, what other speaker can actually stand in front of you and just slide his hair back and stuff while he's talking to you? I mean, come on, Tony Robbins. Oh, if you're wondering Tony watches to get some tips. Just saying. You guys look so stunned right now. If you knew how stunned, because when we talk, and here's the other thing about laughter, this laughter stuff, Rita said, I wish I could sell your laughter, because your way of being with laughing, and that's why I won what? Best drama queen. I don't know why it wasn't king, but. Did you hear that? Come on, family. He said it was the dress. And you are right on target, baby. So you've had enough of me. I've had enough of you. I'm going to get off this stage right here. So the 3 points I want us to remember today, if we choose. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's for your life. That means you're so certain about who you are and what you want and how you want to live and how you want to move through this great place. And for those of you who are young, you've got so much, and do it now, because I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be my age someday. It's scary, isn't it? But you're going to go, no, I remember. What does he keep doing over there?
It's your outro music, bro.
Coming up with a little ditty.
I just want, you got a ditty?
Maybe.
Give us a ditty.
All right, I'll give you the lyrics and you sing it. Start with the bold. Start with the bold.
Oh. Oh.
Give it a look. Give it a look.
No ifs, ands, or buts. No who's, when's, or what's. No, 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 no giving up. Come on, people, let's fill our cups.
One more time.
No ifs, ands,
Or buts.
woo! No who's, when's, or what's. No, 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 no giving up. Come on, people, let's fill our cups. One more time. No ifs, ands, or buts. Sing it with me. No who's, when's, or what's. No, 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 no giving up. Come on, people, let's fill
Our cups.
Last line.
Come on, people, let's fill our cups. Yes.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You know, Jeremy, he can depend on me. Jeremy, they can depend on me. They can go, I'll throw this down and see what he does.
That's how we roll.
Wow, that's how we roll.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, namaste. Wow. God, I just. No. No, it's not about me. Don't we have fun here? My family's back today. I bet you're going, now this is how it happens. Yes. Let's give it up
Am
for
I
Jeremy
on?
and his
I'm
ditty.
on.
And Jeremy.
Is my mic on? It's on. All right. Yeah. Okay. So.
Did that throw you, baby?
No ifs, ands, or buts. This is our time of giving, and our center is thriving. I know it is, and continues to thrive. Thank you for your beautiful, amazing tithes and donations. Thank you for the donations online. There's all kinds of ways to give. Venmo, PayPal, Breeze, check, cash. We take it all.
Walk it over.
Thank you to the people who do monthly donations. Thank you. So it's all good. Anyway, enjoy the abundance.
Abundance, so much good love in abundance, sweet sensations of abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day, rising abundance, giving thanks for this abundance,
So much
good love in abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day, rising abundance. I feel myself in this abundance, giving thanks for this abundance, calling in the blessings of a new day, rising.
Oh, we give thanks for this abundance. Thank you for your generous nature. Thank you for supporting the vision of Center for Spiritual Living Kauai and our move on up. Well, I'm giving thanks. What happened to the thermometer over the week?
I'm glad you asked.
Can we just give thanks for the level of that thermometer? We are so much closer to what we need to make our move, and I'm so grateful for all of you moving over, stepping up, digging deep, and making it happen. Mahalo for who you are.
Yes.
Thank you.
And what's interesting about this thermometer, you all came back and it was like, whoa, what's happening there? We had a pledge that went through, and it was very, very wondrous that they did that. But how Spirit works is we were looking at the budget, and we said to really complete it, it's going to take just a tad bit more than $50,000 for, because we're putting in a pool. No. So we are. So anyway, so it was really wonderful to be able to start like this because the cup does continue to overflow. And we're so grateful, so excited, and we're going to keep on going. And we still have the telethon, we still have the Tree of Change, and so, yeah, we still have a lot to do and to have come in, but I'm so grateful. That is gratitude. And that's consciousness, by the way. That's not, you see numbers there, but what that is consciousness. And that's what we're all doing, is raising our own thermometer of life. So enjoy.
Great, it's all great. Yeah.
So who do we got coming in here?
Kiddos, the young masters, here they are.
Wow, Zena.
I will be
I like
gentle
that.
with myself, I will love myself, I am a child of the universe, being born each moment.
Miss Leslie.
Good morning. Well, we had a very lively morning. We celebrated life itself, we celebrated ourselves, and we celebrated our new center and talked a lot about that. One of the things we all want in our new center is a garden. It's almost bringing tears to my eyes, sorry.
You have one.
So we've started our garden already. We've got some
I love it.
sunflowers, and
Start
we'll
where you
probably
are.
get to enjoy those before we get there. but we also talked about plans of things we'd like to see in our center. So we had a very lovely morning, and I'm going to pass this now to Zenith.
This is my sunflower. We planted 2 seeds.
We made sunflowers.
Oh.
That's it.
What'd you say? You did good there. You did very well, Thea. That's very good. And we also practiced outside saying please. Rather than jump at each other for the ball, we say throw, please. Sometimes it's just the fun stuff. So thank you very much for sharing your young people with me. I so much appreciate it.
Thank you, Miss
thank you.
Leslie. Let's give them their beautiful. Don't go yet. We got to tell you who you are. You ready?
Ready?
You are amazing. You are perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you. Yes, we do. Thank you, Leslie.
Yay!
Yay.
I will be gentle with myself.
I saw
I
both.
will love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment.
Yeah, these are the announcements. So, yes, we just have a few announcements. Our Sacred Journey is pretty much full. We have one more spot. If anybody wants it, it's going to be an amazing Sacred Journey.
It's
If you
in
want to know
October
more
13th
about
to
the
the
Sacred
20th.
Journey, ask Patrick or I or anyone who's been on it. Who's been on it? Emma's been on it.
There we go, Marianne.
Beth. Yeah, Marion's been on it. So anyway, it's a beautiful week-long retreat here on the island of Kauai.
It's a perfect time to nurture yourself, especially if you live on the island. It's October 13th
Through the 20th.
through the 20th. And there's a lot of people coming from the mainland, new people,
A lot of new people this time.
Especially because I just want to say how important it is to announce sometimes, because a person who doesn't watch a lot, she lives in Chico, and she doesn't watch a lot, but she said, I tuned in last week and Patrick had said something about the Sacred Journey, and she just signed up. She's only been here once. And so it just means that, you think you've said it enough, but it never hurts to say it enough.
Okay.
And then we have all these fundraisers, T-shirts going on there.
Can I say something about the Tree of Change?
Absolutely.
So we're going to build this tree at the new center that's going to have leaves on it, and it's going to be a tree, and your names will be on it for the fundraiser. So anything that is given to the fundraisers here, $100 or more, you go on that tree, either a leaf, the trunk, the branch. So it's not probably going to be built till the end of the year, but we're accepting donations through when?
Probably definitely till we open.
Yeah, probably till we open the doors.
But also the Sacred Journey will probably want to jump on the tree.
So we're in the plan of.
So
We're in the stage of planning what it's going to look like, but we see it at the entrance of the center, 3D, right? Al?
So the question people have been asking is, our telethon is coming up September 2nd, and it's really great. It's almost completely booked. I was ahead of my casting thing this year, but anyway, it's a 6-hour day online where people call in, just like Jerry Lewis, if you remember Jerry Lewis, telethon probably. And so it's like that, and it's a really good community thing. It was birthed when COVID hit, and that's how we were able to get through to still be here. So people have been asking, if I donate at the telethon, can that go to the
It's all
tree?
part of the tree.
It's all a part of it. It's all a part of it.
Right.
But this is beyond your usual giving.
Yeah. So, because your usual giving sustains the center as it is right now. The Tree of Change is building the new center. So, okay. So, and then there is a Sacred Sound Healing Circle this Tuesday night at 6:30 to 7:30 right here. It will be live streamed for those online. Join us and our practitioners. And
I really invite you, if you have not done this, to really partake. It's all about just receiving, and it's great. And then spiritual cinema this week. Please do not miss it. Bring Zenith, because he will really enjoy this. Do you like the way I tell people what to do now? It's The Peaceful Warrior. And we all remember the book, but I'm going to tell you, this is the first time that I saw a book that actually matched with the movie that they made the movie from. Nick Nolte's in it, and it's just and incredible. There are so many gems that you're going to have a bag to take home.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie. I've seen it like 4 or 5 times. I still love watching it.
Oh my God.
All right, and then Reverend Diane, your class. Please come up and tell them
Come
about
on
your
up.
class. Starts on August 4th.
August 3rd.
Third.
It's a Thursday night, 4 Thursdays in August. We're studying the spiritual principles and practices that support religious science, the science of mind. And Patrick was talking about the toolbox, and you actually have to open it and use the tools. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be opening that toolbox, practicing with the tools so that you become comfortable using them for yourself in your everyday life. So I did notice that a few people have signed up. Please sign up, see either Angela or the bookstore, and you can make your payment there. If you're online, we will have, it will be live streamed so that, or recorded rather, so that if you miss a week, you can catch up. If you can't be here at all, you can tune in with us and I'll communicate with you through this amazing technology that we have now. But love having you in the room as well, of course. So please join us for Thursdays in August, starting August 3rd. And there is a book we're going to be using, this thing called You, and it is available in the bookstore. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Reverend Diane.
And then one last thing that I want to make sure that everyone remembers, we're going to do something really fun with the telethon, lots of things. But this is our 10th anniversary, so anybody in this room or online, please just send a little something about what this center is to you or about you. We're going to be reading them all throughout the 6 hours about, and thank you for those who have sent them in already. Just a little something. We're going to be just weaving it in and out about what has been your experience of this place called Institute of Magnificent Center.
And we forgot to mention, next week we're going to have a meeting after the service. It will be an update meeting on what we're doing at the center, and the committees will be reporting back on their parts that they have accomplished. We bought a bunch of lights this week. We're very excited about that. Yeah, so, and a light dimmer board.
And so for those of you who wonder why she called me honey, we forgot this. We're together. I hope that doesn't throw any of you out in land.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not about me.
No, I know. It's never about you.
So we're done.
23 years. 23.
No more Disney.
All right, let's have our closing thoughts for everybody.
I'm gonna see you then. What you got, Revs?
Well, we've got some thank yous. We got Yana Shane and Angela Phillips, who are our Malama team today. We have Peggy and Roseanne in the bookstore back there. We have Miss Leslie, who was our youth mentor. We have Jonathan Lee, of course, as our sound director. Charles Wolfork and Melissa on video. Thank you for live streaming today. And we have Glenn, Head, and Roseanne that were counting our beautiful abundance, and Angela Phillips, our administrator, of course, and Ron Stover, who comes in very early to set up our hospitality for us. Thank you, Ron. And to Jeremy and Amy Brown for their beautiful, amazing music today. I think we got some cake. Yeah, we do. Oh, thank you for the cake. Oh, for Louise's birthday. Thank you, Louise. Happy birthday, Louise. Woo! So I am totally grateful for everything that's transpired today. I'm grateful for my beautiful, amazing dancing husband who humors me and inspires me so much. I love you. Anyway, what a beautiful day. I'm grateful, and I just know that we take this gratitude and this excitement and this love out into the world and spread it and share it. And then we go in peace and love. And so it is.
I woke up this morning, a rainbow filled the sky. Let's sing it again. Well, I woke up this morning, a rainbow filled the sky. That was God telling me that everything's gonna be alright, alright, already alright, 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 oh, oh. That was God telling me everything's gonna be alright.